But one of our local sides who have had one hell of a week and that's a decent Halloween pun as well, I didn't even plan that one, is Titherington Juniors. And I'm pleased to say that Matt O'Brien is with me. Matt, how are you, mate?
I'm very well. So that was a spookily good fun, Matt, I've got to say.
Do you know the best ones, mate, are when they just pop out of nowhere and you're not even thinking about them. Sometimes I should just not think about what I'm saying.
I bet that's been there 10 days.
I've got it written on every piece of paper in front of me.
Yeah.
No,
I'm smashing, thanks, mate. Yeah, we're fresh on the back of a brilliant weekend last weekend in Holland. It was absolutely just what an experience for the kids, and also for us adults as well, who really enjoyed it.
And I think the most important question, mate, is have you recovered from it?
It took me till about Wednesday night, I think, and then I'd sort of come down off the massive high, and then the exhaustion then kicked in.
Yeah, definitely I remember taking a side to Butlins many years ago in Skegness, and that was exhausting, but a trip to Holland, it's obviously a coach journey down, you've got the highs of going to a PSV Eindhoven game as well. Tell us what happened on the tour then, what's the story from the tour?
So we left the Brock Arms at about 10 o'clock on Thursday night, 109 of us, it's probably never been that busy before on a Thursday. We made our way down south. Funny thing happened in that our driver was quite new to coach driving and decided to get off the motorway and went down a country road.
Oh no.
As you do in a coach with 53 people on it. Then got lost, then got stuck, and one of our volunteers, Rick, who you had on a few weeks ago, had to get out in his brand new Tilly Juniors flip-flops in the rain with a high-vis on and try to get this poor coach driver doing about a 50-point turn on a road. Quite why he left the motorway, who knows, but it's a funny story that sticks with you. We got over the channel, that was amazing, all the kids were brilliant on the ferry. We got stuck at Antwerp for a couple of hours outside in the traffic, but then we got to Centre Parks about half an hour outside of Eindhoven, about 5 o'clock on Friday night. Kids all went straight to the pool, playing on slides and all sorts. It was a brilliant start to it, and then the football then started on Saturday. It was fantastic.
They're epic weekends, aren't they? And the thing is, as well, obviously, you and your team are all there to teach these kids football, develop their football skills, but sometimes it's the life skills, it's the camaraderie, it's that social aspect as well, isn't it, that's massively important?
It's the social aspect, it's the trust as well that we could sort of put in with the kids to sort of, go off and be kids. So the Centre Parks was a dead safe resort. They had a brilliant time, off exploring, having some time to themselves. It was, just brilliant to see them all getting on as well, so well. There's quite a big mix of age groups there. There's under 7s up to the under 13s Titans that were there. So there was sort of a risk, that perhaps it wouldn't have worked. The age groups might not have got on, or, might have been too much. But every single child who was there was an absolute credit to the family and to the club and to Macclesfield as well, to be fair. They were fantastic.
And I suppose the question is, would you do it again?
1,000,000% in a heartbeat. We're already thinking about where to go next. Thinking this time we might use one of those Iron Birds to get there this time, though, rather than a coach.
Yeah, it's a long journey, isn't it, when you set off at 10 o'clock at night and you get there at 5 o'clock the next day?
It's a long way. Yeah, it is. But it was, that first day we were a bit like, oh gosh, how's it going to go? The kids are going to be shattered. They've got to get up in the morning and play football against, a load of Dutch masters. Then have a late night that night going to PSV. Then they all had 2 games on the Sunday. And then travelling home on the Monday, and I have to say, I don't think we'd change a thing, even if we could, to be honest, mate. The experience, the sort of, the friendships that they've cemented even further, just absolutely incredible experiences. Incredible.
And it's great that you come back and everything's gone swimmingly well. It's all been perfect. I know you've got a couple of the Tilly juniors with you at the moment that have enjoyed it. What's the feedback been like from the kids and the parents since you've got back and what they've said?
Well, to a man, they've all been, and to a girl as well, you know. They've all had the time of their lives, and I think that, I suppose unless you were there experiencing, you can't really put into sort of context the experience that they've had. You know, team breakfast, team meals together, it's Premier League stuff. You know, the opportunity to, you know, go swimming as a whole club. There was 50 odd kids at one point, all splashing around, flying down slides and all stuff. It was fantastic, and I've got sort of my Finn here, who was in our under-10s, with Max, who's in our under-13s. You know, they were on our coach. So that both of those teams, so it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Now, I know we've not planned this, but are Finn or Max prepared to speak to us?
I'm sure it might cost me something afterwards from somewhere, but I'm sure that both of them, if I can ask them to come round me here, right, I've got you on speaker, and this isn't rehearsed, so I've got Max.
Hi.
Hi,
I've
Max.
got Finn.
Hi.
Hi, Finn. So I've got to ask you both, what was it like getting on the coach late at night, going over to Holland and just experiencing playing football in a different country, but also going to watch one of the elite sides in the world, PSV?
Really good fun, because that was, fun, a little bit scary, you know, doing this at this age, but...
You had a fantastic time, didn't you?
Yeah.
And it was also nice to play against the Dutch opposition. They were so sort of hospitable. They might not invite us back given the results, but...
I've got to ask them both though, Matt, what was the best part? If they had to pick one thing that was the most amazing part of their weekend, Finn, what would you say was the best part? And Max, what would you say was your favourite bit?
I would personally say scoring the goals.
That's always a good answer.
And the Rabona.
And one more time. Thanks very much to Matt O'Brien and to the players at Tillington Juniors for joining us. Unfortunately, with a live show, sometimes we do have to rely on technology and mobile phone signals. Doesn't always help me out. That's